guys, it's Erica, and for today's video I'm going to tell you how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my parents. Okay, so first off, how I found out I was pregnant. Well, I was talking to my mom one night and I said, yeah, well, I have been sleeping with, it was like my boyfriend at the time. I said, yeah, we slept together, so I mean, there's a possibility. We didn't use any birth control or contraception or whatever. Like, we didn't use any of that. I know, right? Like, just stupid. But I trusted him, and me being unexperienced, yes, I'm unexperienced, I didn't take the precautions that I should have. Children, use condoms, use birth control, talk to your parents, talk to your doctors, make sure you're in the know. But anyways, so I told her that it's a possibility, and then like a couple days later I was babysitting and she was potty training and she peed in the little like kid toilet, and I went to go change that, and I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff. Vomit, whole nother story, but like pee, poop, I don't, it doesn't bother me. So when I went to go change it and toss it down the bathtub, I like gagged. Like 30 more seconds of that, I would have thrown up. That's how I knew something was up, something was different, and we went to Walmart that night or the next night, and I said, I was looking at all the all the pregnancy tests and like condoms and stuff like that part of Walmart, because my mom had to use the bathroom and it was like right there. And I was scared to touch one. Like, I don't know, I was 20 years old, so it's like, I mean, it's not a big deal, but like, it's a big deal. So I wanted to get one, and I told my mom, I said, you need to pick it up, you need to pay for it, like, I don't want to be associated with it. So stupid. So she bought it, I went home, and I hid it from my dad, so the next morning I went in and took it when he wasn't home. I'm pretty sure he wasn't home. No, I'm thinking he was. I think it was my brother's graduation party because it was a Saturday, and I'm pretty sure he was home. So I had to like sneak into the bathroom, take the test, like make sure I took all the paper and everything, and like sneak back out. And I showed my mom and I said, oh my god, it's positive. And like, I don't know, you know what, I'm gonna change it again. It was Friday, because then I texted the father and I told him, and he's like, oh no, like, what are you gonna do? And I said, well, I am not getting rid of it because I could never kill somebody, and I don't know that I could ever give it up for adoption because that's my flesh, my blood, my everything, and I just don't know that I could do that. And I said, but what do you want to do? I asked him, and he said that he wanted me to give it up for adoption or get an abortion. And I said, oh, hell no. No, 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 no. No abortions. I am not for that. I mean, if you're in a different situation, sure, but no. And he's just like, I don't want it. Like, I don't want anything to do with it and all this stuff. And I know the next morning on Saturday for my brother's graduation party, when, you know, all the family's coming over, I dealt with that, and I said, Mom, he doesn't want it, and I don't know what to do. Like, am I sure I'm pregnant? Like, is this like a, I don't know. I took one of those ones with like the lines, you know, with the positive lines. So a couple days later, like, I'm still questioning it, like hardcore questioning it. And she went out and got me the clear blue one that says the words on it, and I took that one, and it came up as positive 3+, and I was like, oh shit, I am pregnant. Like, I believed it now. For the most part I believed it. But then we went to the beach and everything, and right before we went to the beach, I told my dad, and the way I told my dad is pretty ingenious, I think. So my mom had this when you're expecting, what to expect when you're expecting that book that like everybody has. She thought that she still had it, and my mom said, can you bring up the book for if when you're expecting I don't know, whatever that book is. She asked him to bring it up from the basement because it was down there in like a storage box. And he's like, yeah, sure, what do you need it for? And she's like, just bring it up. And he brought it up, and he said, okay, what is this for? And I looked at him, and I'm like laying on the floor on my stomach because obviously I'm not showing it all yet. And he's like, what do you need it for? And I said, well, I'm pregnant. And he's like, what? Like, that's his face. And usually my dad like goes off and like yells and, you know, like curses, and like he's just like off the wall, dead silent. Nothing, no words, no sentences, no curse words, no nothing. And after he got over it, a couple of days later, he was like, okay, like this is gonna happen. And like he kind of like absorbed it. And then we went to the beach, and he was like, oh, you're pregnant, you can't do that. Or you know, just little things. And then throughout the time, he was like cracking jokes and stuff. So he took it pretty well, and he loves Molly now. Like they're like two peas in a pod most of the time. But yeah, but my mom, when I told her first, she was the first one that I told, and she was shocked, but she's like, you know, we're just gonna take it as, you know, it is what it is, and it's a blessing, and we're gonna love the baby no matter what. And yeah, so she was there to support me from the very beginning, and so was my dad. Now, he wasn't too much involved, but he was still there. And then, bonus story, I told my grandma, and so I went to her house, and I got into a huge fight with her, and I screamed in her face because she was telling me a bunch of baloney. And she said, well, before you go, at least can you have lunch? And I said, fine, I'll eat lunch, because I was starving and I was upset. And you know what, food comforts me a little bit. So she made lunch, we sat down, started eating it, and I said, yeah, I came up here to tell you something. And she said, what? And I had a picture from the beach, because this was after we went, and I got my not my maternity pictures. I got a picture with a little onesie that said arriving in February 2016, not 2017. And I had a picture on my phone, and I slid it over to her, and I showed her. She's like, no. And I said, yep. And she said, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. And that's how she found out. And she hasn't always been the most supportive. She loves Molly now that she's here, but she has told me before Molly was born that she didn't like the name Molly. She didn't think that was a good name. It was too old. I don't know, she's in her own bubble, but that's how I told her, and she was shocked. But she loves Molly to pieces now, and we're working on our issues with stuff like that. But yes, so that is how I found out I was pregnant, almost vomiting while changing a little like pee tray, woohoo, and how I told my parents, and bonus story, how I told my grandma. But yeah, so not a very exciting story, but it was you know, it was a pretty good story, I think. So if you like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button wherever it is on your screen, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!